Hi. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so I did my first vlog, and I wanted to kind of touch on some things. I got a mic. Recording from my camera this time, not my laptop. So I guess I'm making some progress with my confidence and just looking in front of the camera. I thought I would do another vlog this week. I'm actually starting a photo litho course tonight, sorry. So I am going to be doing that tonight, and I thought I would take you guys along, but I also kind of wanted to update you guys on where I'm at with Jack the Modernist by Robert Gluck, and kind of to see what you guys would be interested in seeing. I was also thinking of doing my 10 before the end of 2025. I know that has been going around, and so I was kind of thinking maybe I should do one. And again, I'm not putting any pressure on myself. This is kind of a journey for me to kind of be able to show some sides of vulnerability, but also just gain confidence with being able to present myself and also present ideas, thoughts, opinions. But yeah, that's about it. I guess we can get the week going, and I will touch back soon. Okay, bye.
So I think for her, a lot of her writing about things that are meaningful to her is like a way of feeling connected again when she is.
Hi. Okay, I'm back. I decided I wanted to just kind of jump on my laptop and record. I finished reading Jack the Modernist, and I'm going to give my review maybe a little later in this video, but I need to sit with my thoughts and just digest what I just read. I am currently reading my friend Stevie Manning's book, Shampoo Boy, which is a collection of poetry. So I'm kind of excited to dive into something a little less text heavy, and just enjoy what's kind of in front of me in this moment. I think I'm just gonna cook some soup tonight and walk Yuki, maybe put on a movie. I spent most of the day kind of editing the vlog, so I just really want a very slow kind of evening.
Yeah, there's a lot about like the psychology of motivation.
Yes, which technically trainers could be. They could be, yeah, a trainer who's to build right as back in the day because they had a good deal in their facility. So I was just okay. It's like cut out.
Hi, Floppy Tops.
I like that way of telling a person's story. I think especially after finishing Demon Copy.
I feel like I have to do a deep breath every time I record a video just to kind of give myself a chance to ground myself. In terms of the week, I think it did quite a lot. I am happy with how much I got to read this week. If you hear these weird breathing noises, that is my dog Yuki sitting right underneath me. Maybe I'll show him later. Maybe I'll pick him up later in the video. But yeah, back to terms of reading. I got to finish Jack the Modernist by Robert Gluck. I also finished my friend Stevie Manning's book Shampoo Boy, which was a collection of poetry. And I have a quarter left of Sex Goblin by Lauren Cook. So that was a really nice kind of week to dive into 3 very different books, but also there was a lot of overlapping and serendipitous energy with how the books all kind of touched on desire, on longing, on this horniness, but also touching on things of gender politics and kind of the trans voices and gay voices. So it's very much in line with everything I kind of want to be reading right now. But I also always love how sometimes it's so surprising when things kind of just fall into place of everything and you just take that path forward. Other than that, today I'm going to be getting my hair done by my friend Dom, and then meeting up with my friend Michael, and we're going to go to our other friend's studio opening. They just have their own photo studio space, so we're going to go and support them. And then I think I'm just going to maybe watch a movie. There's that new, or not new, but I haven't watched it yet. It came out this year, the Wes Anderson film with Scarlett Johansson. And yeah, I might just call it a night. In terms of book reviews, I think I'm going to save a big chunk towards the end of Sunday to just record all my thoughts once I finish Lauren Cook's book, to kind of give you guys a full wrap up of everything I read. I'm really grateful that I get to do this. Because I'm currently unemployed, this is kind of my passion project that I've been wanting to do for a while, and getting to just read and talk about books has really kind of motivated me to also expand my own creative practices and what I take from these books. But maybe we can get into those in other videos and conversations. But yeah, I'm gonna get going. I hope you guys have a fantastic Sunday. We here in Toronto have snow, and I know I live in a hemisphere that has to have 4 seasons, but waking up to snow is kind of my hell, and I absolutely hate it. But it is what it is. I might do some recording throughout the day so you guys can see the fluffiness and the whatnot of what I'm doing today. Other than that, I am going to get going. Okay, have a fantastic Sunday, guys. I'll see you later. Bye. So I decided not to go to my friend's photography studio opening. I kind of just started to feel a lot of things after my haircut. So I came home instead. That's something I'm trying to do, which is to listen to my body. Also, I want to acknowledge the shirt that I'm wearing, that blowjobs are real jobs, and to make a call out that sex work is real work. So if anyone says otherwise, I am always a supporter for any of my friends who are sex workers, and I love them dearly, and I will continue to wear the shirt out in public. Yeah, that was my little rant for the day. I thought I would wrap up my video here by giving you some reviews. Just with how I'm feeling right now, I don't really want to finish up Lauren Cook's book right now, so I'm just gonna give you my reviews on Jack the Modernist and Shampoo Boy. In terms of Jack the Modernist, it was a very beautiful book. It's a book that's for book lovers. It's very dense at certain moments, and it has these beautiful prose and just these single sentences that Glück manages to thread through the entire book. But with that being said, it was also quite dense at certain moments. He goes into these narrative thoughts that you have to kind of be fully aware of and focused in on, because if you kind of zone out in any moment, you will get lost and confused. And I will be honest with you, that happened to me a couple of times, and I had to reread a section or two. But that's what we love about reading. In terms of the story, it's about 2 men who begin to kind of form a relationship together. And this is all set during the time right before the AIDS epidemic. And so we see kind of how Bob and Jack begin to kind of form their relationship, but also how much hurt there is and how much longing there is, and how certain things are always kind of left unsaid. But then we also get these beautiful, horny moments of just fucking. And I was talking to Ben from Benjamin Journal about it, how there is a specific section in the book that's dedicated to this orgy bathhouse scene, and it was striking how much I'm still thinking about it even after a week later. It surprised me how you can write a scene to be so detail oriented, but also kind of move you the way kind of poetry moves you. And so I'm going to be thinking about that one for a while. In terms of kind of other thoughts in relation to the book. I think this is a great book for those people who kind of want to look more into queer narratives, to find those specific niches about gay sex, but also kind of understanding how sex can become political. While this book was written right before the epidemic, and how much of our bodies are used to also kind of engage in finding truths. I also wanted to say that there were some beautiful lines of kind of being able to kind of narrate the idea of bottoming, but also kind of removing the shame that comes from being a bottom, especially someone in Jack's case, the main character being Bob. He's described as being more muscular and manly, and so him being the bottom really kind of engaged in a whole other conversation of what does masculinity mean, what does it mean in terms of your sexual preferences, and does it make you less manly if you are the one to be bottoming. But yeah, I don't know, I really engaged with it. I had to read it over a couple of sittings. It wasn't kind of the easiest to get into. Glück has moments where like he dives into these like philosophical rants, or like the narrative thinking, or then he goes into like aspects of sociology, and you kind of get a little lost. But yeah, I don't know. Those were my kind of key takeaways. I feel like this book will be one that I reread later on in life. I definitely want to give it another go. Maybe a year from now, I'll try rereading it again and seeing how I feel about it. Right now, I want to say that it really kind of shocked me with how a writer can be able to describe an orgy, especially specifically in relation to a bathhouse, but also how they kind of tied in sociology, political studies, philosophy, and just being queer in a very beautiful, beautiful way. But yeah, those are kind of my thoughts for Jack the Modernist by Robert Glück. I would recommend anyone to kind of give it a go and step into the world, but kind of go into it with just like open arms. I had to kind of re-record the Stevie Manning section. I got a little anxious and thrown off, and so this is my second go at it. I also have the physical chapbook with me because I wanted to read a specific 2 lines from one of the poems that Stevie wrote. But in terms of Shampoo Boy, I think this is a beautiful collection of trans poetry and the kind of understanding or questioning of what does it mean to be a woman, what does it mean to want desire, what does it mean to kind of unpack your hurt and share these intimate moments with your audience. Stevie does such a beautiful job with going into certain specific descriptions of addiction, drug use, the ending of relationships. So I'm very grateful that I get to read their work and also kind of seeing the evolution from where they started to where they are now with their writing. There was one poem specifically that I kind of like fell in love right away, but it also tied a lot into what I was talking about with Robert Gluck's Jack the Modernist, about how the kind of bottom shaming, but also understanding of like where does your masculinity lie, and what does it mean to kind of expand beyond the idea of like being a top. And so this is Stevie Manning's poem, Service Top in Recovery. And the 2 lines I'm going to read are going to be these. You're not a service top in recovery. You're a bottom that can't host overnight. I think that just describes so much of like being a gay man. But also you can hear the way that Stevie has these like nice ins and outs of flow with their poetry, and it really does also resonate with the person that Stevie is and how they talk, because they're very much in this like beautiful flow state. I'm sorry, Yuki's like biting my wire, so I had to take it away from him. Okay, well, he kind of destroyed my wire, so now I'm gonna have to go buy a new one. But yeah, I'm happy for Stevie, and I'm excited to see how they're gonna continue pushing their work and seeing what subjects they decide to touch on next, because I think there's a lot more growth for them to go into, and I think right now they're very much on a nice in a nice little section of like, this is their voice. But I'm excited to see what happens when they get like grittier and go like deeper into like those dark, hard places that I find some poetry kind of can like captivate with. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it for today. Those are my 2 reviews. I will try to do another vlog later next week so that I can catch up with Lauren Cook's book. Other than that, I kind of want to say thank you to Ben from Benjamin Journal. It's getting really dark now because it's winter, but the other person I wanted to thank for kind of helping me pushing me towards starting this YouTube channel was Katie James at James Katie. So thank you to her as well, but I will let you go on with the rest of this video. Okay, bye. They really kind of supported me and motivated me to make a BookTube account, but also kind of pushed me to actually post. So I wanted to say thank you to them. I also kind of just want to see what you guys are reading. What's coming up in winter for you guys? Are there books that are standing out for you? Are there any collections of poetries that I should check out? I'm always in the look out for anything that's queer or queer adjacent. So please share with me. I'd love to hear from you guys. But yeah, that's about it. I'm gonna go lie down and maybe make a tea, and I will talk to you guys next week.
だから勝手に出んなって言ってんだろ！